Hey, what's up everyone? On today's episode, I'm going to review a custom-made canopy by China flag makers, and I'll also tell you how you can get one for around 500 bucks. Just so we're perfectly clear, this is a sponsored video and the link below is an affiliate link. If you let them know Average Garage Creations sent you, you will also get an additional discount on every canopy and table cover you order. Still, everything in the review is my own thoughts and experiences, and I wasn't told what to say by anyone. My integrity is not for sale. So, first things first, I thought that because I was ordering from a company based in China, I was going to end up waiting for 3 weeks or more for my stuff to arrive, but that's not the case. They actually have warehouses in the US, one in California and another one in the East Coast. So that means that your products can arrive in just a few days. But even if they send the stuff directly from their warehouses in China, it only takes about a week because they send it through FedEx expedited shipping. But that's not the only free service they provide. They also offer free art setup, which means they will help you make your artwork better and ready for printing on such large canvases. They'll work with you to make your vision a reality with unlimited revisions and professional help to ensure your project is exactly what you need. The printing lead time can be 48 or 24 hours, and that will come with a small price tag, but if you're in a tight deadline, it will definitely be worth the money. When everything arrived, I was super excited to get things set up, and I didn't record it. But everything is the same except you'll need to put on the top first. While we get things set up, let me tell you about it. The frame I chose was the 10x10 40mm aluminum hex frame because I know in one night the winds destroyed one of the cheap square frame tents that I had bought in the past. So I wanted to make sure I had a tent that would last for more than one weekend, and this past weekend at Thunder Hill, even with a high winds alert, the tent is in perfect condition. The aluminum frame also makes the tent super lightweight and rust proof, unlike most of the ones you'll find in the big box retailers, including the online retailers. The entire setup, which includes the frame, canopy top, table cover, which is sold separately, and wheeled bag, weigh less than 50 pounds, so it can easily be carried by one person if you happen to run out of payment like at the beach. But the lightweight doesn't sacrifice in structural integrity because I'm able to pick this thing up from the center and it's sturdy enough for me to move it without having to break it down. But even if you did have to take it down, putting it away is super easy as well. I do the entire process on my own, and even with my injuries, I'm able to do it in just a few minutes, even when I extend it to its highest setting, which provides over 7 feet of head clearance. I feel like one of the reasons it's so easy to break down is because the locking mechanism is super easy to pull and disengage. And although they take up more space than others, I have found that the push button mechanisms can make it harder, if not impossible, to press down and disengage. So when you're doing it on your own, it makes the job harder. But getting the canopy to collapse isn't the end of the battle. Most canopies come in a bag, and that's where most companies make a huge mistake. One thing often overlooked is the bag in which the tent comes. And not everyone talks about it, but I think China flag makers got it right. The bag is large enough to comfortably fit the canopy with the top installed and then adjusted to fit with high quality buckles, which is unlike many of the canopies I have seen out on the paddock where the person trying to stuff their canopy in the bag is looking around and cursing loudly, hoping someone will come help them. But even with the help, the whole thing looks lumpy and about to burst out of the bag. I don't know why manufacturers make bags with such a tight fit that only a machine can get it to fit right. Also, the bag provided is waterproof, so your canopy is protected while it's in storage, and if you happen to put your canopy away while it's still wet, the inside of your SUV or trailer won't get wet. I know it's not recommended to put canopies away while wet, but I'm sure a trip back home won't hurt them, and as long as you take it out to dry, there won't be a problem. The canopy top I went with is a waterproof, UV protective, frame resistant 600D PU polyester to make sure it can withstand any weather and to prevent the dye sublimation from fading over time. They also installed Velcro all around in case you add full walls to your setup, which will ensure the walls are not flopping around, especially in windy conditions. As a preventative measure, all the seams are covered with a clear waterproof membrane to ensure you and your stuff stay dry regardless of how much rain comes down. The corners and all other support areas are reinforced as well to ensure longevity and to make sure there's a snug fit, which also prevents wrinkles in your design. The stretch table cover I have been using this year was also made by CFM, and I really like how easy it is to put on, even though I don't fold it as neatly as I know I should. I haven't had any experience with any other table covers of this type, but here are my observations and experiences. The stretch material is soft yet strong, and it appears to be well put together, especially where the feet of the table are supposed to grab onto the cover. I can absolutely see this table cover lasting for years to come, even with the abuse I will be putting it through at the track and perhaps other events. I also went ahead and got a model with a zipper in the back so I could store things out of sight to make my pit area as clutter-free as possible. And although I could just pull the cover up to stow away my items, I feel that the zipper does make the process easier, especially because I have multiple injuries and sometimes I'm wearing full gear, so my mobility is even more limited. The material is super easy to clean and can be machine washed and dried if you happen to have children or adults who are not careful while having lunch. I haven't used the table setup as a mechanic's table, but I know I will in the future. So make sure to subscribe to be notified when I make a long-term video to see how well everything is holding up to my use and abuse.